All right, Siddhant, please stay on with us. Another piece of breaking news now coming in. This one is coming in straight from the top intel sources telling CNN News 18 that all the key conspirators in Sheikh Hasina's removal were sitting in UK. They were operating from there as well. The tensions with West and USA is likely the major reason behind this. West wanted things their way and they wanted it, but she refused to accept their orders. CNN News 18's Anand Narasimhan is joining us on the phone line. Anand, a very good morning to you. A very crucial news break now coming in on CNN News 18. Please walk us through all the details that you have received straight from your sources.
Morning, Sakshi, and morning to our viewers. Our security affairs editor, Manoj Kumar Gupta, getting us these inputs from intel sources, were saying that this entire upheaval and uprising that was shown as a student protest was orchestrated perhaps by very key, influential, and wealthy minds and media moguls sitting in the UK, who also were working with the deep state within the West, especially some of the Five Eyes nations. And this was because Sheikh Hasina had often refused to toe the line of the West. One of the allegations that and the claims this has been made by Sheikh Hasina herself is that ahead of the elections she had met a quote-unquote white man who had given her an assurance that she will have no problems through the elections as long as she allowed certain portions of Bangladesh along with Myanmar and certain portions of Bharat to be cleaved out into a separate state, which would be a Christian state. And this was a very startling claim that had been made, and when she had refused to kowtow to these kind of machinations and to allow this, and also to allow Bangladesh sovereign land for an air base to be built for the Western forces to try and bring in their planes here, fighter planes, and to start docking via the ports. Now, these were some larger questions that were being made with the West wanting to set its footprint here, and these were claims that had been made by Sheikh Hasina. But it seems like her refusal to toe the West line, to kowtow to the West, especially the US, has led to these people of influence who are lobbying and who are deeply entrenched within the BNP, that is the opposition, finding a particular say and sway. Now, what intel sources are saying very clearly is they expect that whatever disposition comes into power there will be far more leaning towards the West rather than the regional powers here, be it China or Bharat, and they will do the West bidding, and this will once again be a hegemonistic tie or tug of events that would find itself playing itself out, unless there is a counterbalancing that happens. Now, but this has been orchestrated by the West. It has been planned in the West, and that's why perhaps we also saw when the Leeds unrest happened, a lot of it resonated with what was happening with in Bangladesh, and that took a lot of people in the UK by surprise. But now it comes to pass that these conspirators were actually sitting and operating and trying to create a huge amount of noise around what's happening in Bangladesh and against Sheikh Hasina. And this was deliberately orchestrated so that there is a transfer of power or a change in power, and it suits the powers within the West who want certain things playing out their own. Now, if you were to juxtapose that with what we are witnessing in the Northeast over the last 3 years, especially within Bharat and also in Myanmar, then one gets to see why this was playing out and what the whole game was, and quite a devious one at that, if this is true. But intel sources say that there is clearly the hand of the deep state in the West and certain very, very powerful elements who have orchestrated this toppling of the Sheikh Hasina regime in Bangladesh.
Right, Anand. Thank you so much for walking us through all of those crucial inputs that you have received straight from your sources. We'll keep coming back to you for more development on that news break. Right now, shifting focus to another